no guff dick, Tracy. Where'd you leave your squad car? Big Vern, what's shaking?
Hey, what's happening, my friend?
Listen, Vern, are you a black man?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this, Dennis. If I didn't know it a few days ago, I know it now. They took a photograph of me, and they took a photograph off of my Facebook page, and they darkened it at least 4 or 5 shades darker. They made my teeth as white as could be. I don't need to go to one of those teeth whitening clinics anymore. And then my eyes are so white that you could see. I mean, you're just like, whoa, who is this guy?
Listen, Vernon. Black is beautiful, baby. Embrace it.
Well, if black is beautiful, I'll tell you this: I'm the most beautiful man on entire earth.
Well, here's how you handle that. Where'd they put it up on Facebook? Put it up wherever.
No, they used a little mailer.
Okay.
They mail it to all the independent voters out there.
Well, send out a mailer where you've even amped up the blackness and say, here, I'm even blacker than they say. But guess what? I've got 8 fixes for their crap. Policies. And, that whole thing is so distasteful to me that I'd steer into the skid. Listen, Vernon, this is what they do. You had to know this was coming.
Well, absolutely. And when you look at the candidate that I'm running against, she has called herself a Protestant socialist. She signed the Communist Manifesto. She has said that stay-at-home moms are leeches. She said that we shouldn't go after bin Laden the day after 9/11, that we should use the legal system, and she wanted to close Luke Air Force Base, which provides 17,500 jobs to the state of Arizona and $2.2 billion to the economy. And so if they have to stoop that low, obviously they don't want to talk about the issues whatsoever.
Listen, send out a mailer that makes her very, very red. Okay, because that's what half those policies are. Let's go back to McCarthy times. Start flinging the commie thing at her, Vernon, if she's going to play that idiot card on you.
Well, because in the media, she can get away with all of those things that I've described, and she has changed her position I don't know how many times, and now she's considered a moderate by the media.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, my goodness, if you were the spokesperson for Ralph Nader, if you say that stay-at-home moms are leeches off their boyfriends and husbands, and if you don't want a strong military, and she, she's not a friend of Israel's, and so it is just bizarre that these policies can be out there.
You got to put your big boy undies on here, Vernon, because they play rough over there. Yeah, this is the crazy thing to me about the left, and then we'll move on to policy, and I want to find out a little bit more about Vernon. They never told me, when I was never completely in the left camp, but I was closer to it. But they never told me that post-racial America would be complete obsession with every issue of day-to-day life through race. I thought post-racial America was supposed to be where you, like most things in life, kind of sort of don't notice it, except to the extent you notice it, and you just keep moving on. Every single aspect of their day-to-day life is shot through the prism of race, except, of course, the battle between good and evil. That's where they get a little fudgy on it. That's where they get all gray on it. Everything else in their life is black and white. All right, tell me, Vernon, what's your story, man? What'd you study? Where'd you grow up? Are you in Arizona?
Yeah, I grew up in Long Beach, California. The famed rapper Snoop Dogg lived around the corner. My grandmother, she raised me, and it was in an area replete with drugs, gangs, and violence. But she really, she instilled in me what I believe today is the American dream, that you can be whatever you want to be as long as you work as hard as you want to work. And ended up going to Georgetown University's law school, and when I got the letter, Dennis, I cried because I didn't have any money whatsoever, and my grandmother at the age of 75, she cleaned houses to help get me there. And then I met a guy by the name of Lee Atwater, and he introduced me to then Vice President George H.W. Bush. I worked for him when he became president as a special assistant to the president in the White House, and I was unanimously confirmed by the United States Senate, President George W. Bush, as an assistant of agriculture, and came to the great state of Arizona, ran for Paradise Valley, which, by the way, Dennis, is 99.9% white, got 67% of the vote, became the mayor. And the paper here in honored to fill to be the first African American mayor. I said, well, I didn't really rely on the African American vote to take me over the top, you know. but you know,
those four guys out there in paradise.
Yeah, no, but not three. but we did really, and you know, I mean, so then we got into this race, and we are currently in a neck and neck race. It is virtually a coin toss right now. But we are running extremely hard, and we're going to win it. And if you really want to see what I look like, folks, just go to VernonParker.com, and you'll see a real photograph of me.
Forget the look like. What can they do to help you? Tell my listeners where we can go, and if anybody's got a spare $5 or something, I know these things take money. Where can they go?
They can go to VernonParker.com. We need your help because we're up against a lot of union money. We're up against a lot of special interest money, and we are doing extremely well given the position. I mean, given the person, and Ms. Pelosi has done several fundraisers for my candidate, and we are doing really well. The most brilliant thing that really happened, it was phenomenal. This was last week. Speaker Boehner called. Every week, Dennis, you know, the president of the United States gives his weekly radio address. Mm-hmm. So Speaker Boehner's office called, and they said, Vernon, we want you to give replies.
That's classy.
And oh, my goodness, can you imagine coming from my background, being 2 generations removed from someone who could not read and write, and to be able to deliver a message right after the president. That's also on VernonParker.com. But it was what a phenomenal experience that was to just sit there afterwards and think about my grandmother and think about the future, to think about the generations that are coming behind me, to say that, look, this country is still great. This is a phenomenal country. We will not let it be taken over by those who would want to destroy it. And to be able to give that radio address was just...
Yeah, you must have been proud, brother. Listen, 2 generations from now, when the kids are looking back on the family tree and they see Vernon Parker, they're going to be intimidated, baby, because they got something to live up to. You look back and you're not as intimidated as you are. You want to just break down in tears thinking about the bravery that went before you to get you to this point. But guess what? That's the evolution of life, babe. 2 generations from now, they go, God, I got a lot to live up with Uncle Vernon, man, because he was an ass kicker.
Amen, man. We're going to get it done, and it's been a phenomenal ride, and I look forward to going to Congress and representing not just the people of the great state of Arizona and Congressional District 9, but also America.
Well, listen, Vernon, in the immediate ramp-up to this election, man, if you need to come here daily for a few minutes just to pound a drum, come here, brother. This place is open to you. I don't like it when they bully people. I don't like it when they play those crap games. You sound like a good cat to me. I like the way I like Brewer down in Arizona. People got to start using their heads again. You ever need this show, you just call Christian. You got a carte blanche. Come on here and pitch it if you need funds, or if you want to hit a particular point, or if you want to right a particular wrong. But, listen, I'm not acting like that's the cat's meow. It's a radio show. But you're welcome to come here whenever you want.
Thank you.
All right, Vernon. Go get him, baby.
All right. Okay. Adios. Bye-bye.
Seems like a good cat, huh? Yeah.